Hey, this is Rebecca with Off-White Living, and this is day 8 of my detox cleanse. I'm going to keep this kind of short because it's actually the third recording I've done, and I'm not so savvy with the whole one-arm camera thing. Today I'm doing okay. Actually, not 100% great. I had some popcorn at about 7:45 tonight. It's homemade popcorn on the stove, which is really yummy. But it's not really detox food, and I guess I'm a little frustrated with myself, which is funny because it's just popcorn, but that's where my mind goes of, that's not on the plan, and you shouldn't eat past 7 o'clock. And so now it's like a built up, right? It's like a thing. So for any of you who struggle out there with like the food psychology, I totally am right there with you. And that's part of why I do what I do with my work and with the blog and in my process, is because food plays such a huge role in the way I perceive myself. And I have a lot of strict rules on myself about what's good and what's bad, and I work really hard to not label anything as good or bad, but just a choice. I made a choice, and here's why, and here's what I chose to accept as a result. And I try to impart that to my clients too, because otherwise the brain is constantly ping-ponging between good and bad. Oh, you're on track. Oh, you're totally derailed. You might as well just go and have everything you want and then feel guilty the next day. And it's just an amazing awareness about how food and mood and perception and self-esteem all tie in together, at least for somebody like me who's kind of an emotionally driven eater. I really would love to get to the day where I just don't think about it, but that might not be my path in life. This might be my path, and I think there's a reason for it, because there's others like this, and if we work together, we can support each other. So that's going on, so minor. On the grand scheme of life, it's nothing. It's almost not even worth mentioning, but since this is a blog about my detox, it was worth mentioning. But what is worth mentioning is, I think, something bigger going on with me. I had to have a procedure done today because of some abnormal cells on a previous pap smear, and I do not like talking about stuff like this. Even with my husband, I'm really like very limited in what I want to share because I just don't know anything for first, and then it's just a really uncomfortable topic for me to relate with the fact that maybe something negative is going on, or something I can't feel but could be a result of choices I've made or behaviors I've had or genetics that I can't control. Basically out of control, out of control, out of control. So here I am working to surrender control and surrender any fear around that, and surrender the loneliness I felt today when I was at the doctor, even though she was awesome. Her name's Dr. Keller, and she's in Silverton. I think I can say that. I don't think that's a breach of privacy if I say who my doctor is. I think it's only a breach if it's the opposite. Um, but it just makes me realize too, like, the importance of self-care, and why I'm doing this cleanse, and why I will continue to commit to well eating and mindfulness around food and exercise and whatnot, because even a healthy person can have hang-ups and hiccups and things that you don't even realize are coming. And I think that's what surprised me the most, is that I just outwardly wouldn't think that. But who knows what the result is, or what caused it. I'll know in 2 weeks. It'll either be nothing or something to pursue, and then I'll know more then. But definitely just brought awareness to vulnerability today. And so that's what I'm working with, and vulnerability to my own mental game as well, with the foods that are in, foods that are out, and just realizing that there's always something behind the food. It's never about the food, it's about what the food means. And for me today, it's control, and just wondering about what's going on in my body. So hope everyone's well, and I'll check in the next day or two. And this is Rebecca with Off-White Living.